Good morning, everybody. This is Gig Cleveland. My name is Brian. I hope you all are having a good Monday. I am getting used to the time change. We are falling back, and it is 9 a.m. Usually it's 10, but I'm actually up a little bit early today because of the time change. I hope all of you guys are having a very profitable start to the week. Of course, if you like my channel, go ahead and hit subscribe. Go ahead and ring that bell for notifications. Greatly appreciate it. Do appreciate all my new subscribers who have come. Thank you very much. I just want to kind of talk about something. Yeah, somebody's dying. Wanted to kind of talk about Uber Eats a little bit today. And the reason being is because I've had a little issues with them and I'm going to have to put them in a timeout. I've had several issues with them, and to be honest with you, ever since the middle of September, I haven't used them personally that much because they haven't been that profitable. Ever since the fall started, DoorDash seems to be a little bit better than Grubhub and Uber Eats, which is surprising. During the summer, Uber Eats and Grubhub were my bread and butter, along with Amazon Flex and along with Shipt. But Shipt is basically non-existent. I have gotten maybe one order in the last month that's been actually profitable. So there's a lot of reasons for that. We already talked about it in that other video about inflation, about driver saturation, things like that. So I don't think it's really anything that surprises me. Now, with Uber Eats, I have issues with tip baiting. Now, I've already talked about the tip baiting issues. I have about 650 deliveries with Uber Eats. Combined, I have about 3,200 deliveries so far since May. And just want to talk to you about, I've had one tip baiter out of 627. Now, in the last 37 trips, I've had 3 tip baiters. 3. That's almost 10%. And I'm doing my best. And 2 out of the 3, they smiled at me and said, "Thank you. We really appreciate you. You're the best." So it's not necessarily people that are like real complaining and mean, like a lot of the YouTubers say. I'm not saying they're wrong, but I'm also saying that there's people that'll smile at your face and stab you right in the back. Now, granted, what I'll do if this continues to happen is I will stop using their services, because I think that Uber Eats having people to adjust their tip afterwards is ludicrous. I understand that there should be a tip for services provided, but this is food delivery. And I think it should be to where if you're not communicating with the customer, or if you're severely late and you don't give an explanation why, then yeah, you can change your tip. But other than that, you shouldn't be able to. And I think that there's restaurants stealing tips. I'm seeing that from managers at certain restaurants that basically have a special place in hell. And I think that these are managers. This isn't even like workers, managers. Now, a manager of a certain restaurant makes $65,000 a year. So unless you are really that desperate or you have an addiction, in this area, $65,000 is pretty decent. Unless you have kids and you're the only one working, then yeah, that's nothing. But this is people always give us the stigma that, you know, oh, you're just a delivery driver. Oh, you're just a DoorDasher, or you're just this. Hello. And I love it because customers are starting to get worse. During the pandemic, it was a lot easier because people were in their homes. They didn't come out. That's why I wish there was another lockdown, because it'd be so much easier not to deal with customers. There's a lot of good ones out there, I'm not denying it. But I'm starting to notice the side effects for being cooped up for almost 2 years. So let me kind of go over what that means. The side effect of being cooped up for 2 years, number one, social skills are, people don't talk anymore. They don't know how to talk. They're scared of everybody because, oh my God, they might spread the virus to your, you have personality changes. I see people literally turning on the lizard part of their brain. And if you don't know what lizard part of the brain is, that's basically a forebrain or whatever. That's basically your oldest brain. It's the brain that is the most primitive, and I'm seeing it activated. People are more aggressive. Customers are more aggressive. Customers are more, people at the restaurants are more inclined to get in arguments. I'm seeing women literally come up to grown men and threaten them when, they weigh 110 pounds, I weigh 300 pounds. Who do you think is going to win this fight? But that's what you have in society today. And it just gets to the point where, is it even worth it anymore? And to me, it is. I still like what I do. But at the same time, you have to realize that there's going to be an adjustment period for people to get back to normal, to where this is happening. I'm seeing personality changes. There's no question. I'm seeing it all over. My personality hasn't changed. I'm still lovely and amazing as usual. But I just don't get it. I'm seeing a lot of it now. I don't know. It's just me. Also, too, the Uber Eats have had an issue with payment for the last 2 weeks. Haven't been able to get paid. I don't know why. They say, I call support, and support's like, well, Mr. Bud, we're going to go ahead and get this over to support, and support will be able to get it over to you. And then they send me an email like, 5 hours later. Why don't you try using the correct checking account? I've had the same checking account on file for 6 months. So until I get that money, I'm basically banning Uber Eats, because I'm basically working for free for them if they continue to do this. So if you're having the same issue, please let me know in the comments below, because I think it's wrong. I think that they should be ashamed of themselves. I'll tell them when they're doing really well, but they should check themselves. There should be accountability. There should be checks and balances. There should be an oversight committee that actually oversees what the restaurants are doing and what the Dashers are doing, and also what Uber is doing as well. That's with all platforms. And if we don't have that, we can't trust the CEO of Uber to do what's right, because all he's going to do is what's good for him or what's good for the shareholder. He doesn't care about you or me. So, in closing, I think that we have to be careful when we're out there doing those things, but I think it's really wrong of them to just give me a blanket statement email. It's very frustrating, to be quite honest with you, that, why don't you change your checking account? Your checking accounts has been the same checking account. Something's going on, and I don't know what it is. I've called support 4, 5, 6, 7 different times a day. They basically tell me the same thing. They don't speak good English. There's a little bit of an accent. I get it. There's a language barrier. But it gets annoying every time I go, Mr. Bud, you got to go in and call into the support, and you're going to have to go, and we're having issues, and what they're going to do is going to go against the wall. And, you cannot understand half the words they're saying, because it's like, blah, 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 blah. It's like Charlie Brown. Let's try to listen to the teacher. Wah, 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 wah. So, be safe out there. I'm trying to be positive, but the problem is, right now, there's a lot of issues going on. And right now, there's no point of even working really hard, because look at inflation. Inflation is just awful. I mean, it's terrible. I mean, I went to the store yesterday. A head of lettuce is $2.19. $2.19 for a head of lettuce. It'll probably go bad when you take it home. I'm Brian with Geek Cleveland. Have a positive day.